Good morning, friends. It's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain. Welcome back to our channel. So we have just arrived at the homestead. I thought this week it might be fun for you to see what it is we eat when we're at the homestead. Now the truth of it is, I cook exactly like I do at home. It just requires a lot more pre-planning to make it happen. Now we just got here, probably within the last hour or so, and I have learned over the years that the best breakfast for Philip on day one is a portable breakfast. He drives all night long. We did take a short break, about 2 hours where he got some sleep, but he'll work all day nonstop, and I won't get him to stop for a meal. So on day one, he gets a portable breakfast. Today he's gonna have an egg, ham, and cheese bagel sandwich, and I'm gonna be able to hand him that. He can eat on the go, and he can get his day started. So come along. Now I tried to make everything very accessible for this first meal, making sure it was all on the top so when I got here I could cook well, because I haven't unpacked anything yet. Now when you're cooking in an RV, especially when you're on generator, you have to be aware of your power management. So I can never cook two heated elements at the same time. Like I can't make coffee and use the toaster at the same time. That draws too much power at once. So I'm going to just toast the bagel to start, and then I can make coffee after. Now the RV is fully stocked with a fully stocked kitchen, and what I mean by kitchen utensils, baking supplies, those types of things. Now the food is not here because we can't store that temperature controlled, so we have to bring everything that comes with us for the trip, and that takes quite a bit of planning. Now the things that I struggle with are the things that you always expect to have in your cupboard. Your condiments, your basic baking supplies, those things that you always have that you never really think about because you keep it stocked up. Those are the things I tend to forget on the trip. So hopefully not this week. Throw on some ham. Now Philip likes craft cheese, and we regularly have the discussion about it not being real cheese, but it's what he likes, and so that's what he gets on the sandwich. So I got my bagel, I got some ham, got a little bit of cheese. I'm going to go ahead and give him a second piece of cheese to kind of glue the whole sandwich together. So there it is, a quick and easy breakfast to get him on his way so he can do what he needs to do. And come along because I'm going to show you breakfast all week. Farmhouse casserole is the kind of meal I like to prepare in advance at home. It's a large casserole that makes enough food for a big family. Since Philip and I are empty nesters, we don't need the same amount of food as a large family. I take this recipe and divide it over smaller loaf pans rather than one large casserole pan. I'll take the extra casseroles and freeze them, and they're ready to go whenever I need a meal. Normally I would have added the ham when I made this recipe, but it was frozen at the time and I needed to get the job done. I'm adding it now because this recipe isn't the same without some delicious ham. I'll top it off with some extra cheese, and this meal is ready to go into the oven. In the RV, we have a propane oven, but we also have this electric oven, which makes a great place to bake items outside, so not to heat up the RV. To check an egg casserole for doneness, you insert a clean knife in the center and see if it comes out clean. This casserole's not quite ready, so I'll put it back in to finish it off. I have covered it so that it won't get too brown. 5 more minutes till we can try again. While this casserole got a little more brown than I really like, it's a hearty breakfast full of potatoes, ham, and eggs that really helps you get your day going. This next breakfast is Philip's favorite breakfast and most requested. It's called a breakfast skillet, and it can be made up of pretty much anything you want to make it with. Right now, in addition to the store-bought onions, I'm chopping up some peppers and tomatoes that my daughter Faith grew in her garden. I was lucky enough to get some when I visited her in Tennessee. The onions take a little longer to cook, so I add those to the skillet first. My pan quickly got a little too hot, and so those onions are a little toastier than they need to be. I push the onions to the edge in hopes they'll slow down in cooking. I'm adding homemade sausage that we grew right on our farm, but you can use kielbasa or any type of ham or breakfast meat you'd like to add. If you watch the previous video of What's for Dinner, you'll see that I cooked these fried potatoes for dinner the evening before. When the potatoes were partially cooked, I went ahead and scooped out what I would need for breakfast. That gave me a head start in the morning. I chopped up the sausage and added it to the mix. Once everything's cooked, you mix it together. You can add an egg or cheese. This breakfast skillet is as customizable as you can dream it. Now that the skillet's ready, I move that to the back burner, and I'm going to make a farm fresh omelet for myself. I'm using those same fresh ingredients, onions, peppers, and tomatoes from the garden to make a little lighter of a meal that's still full of protein and will give me the nutrients I need to fuel my day. In the Homestead RV, while it's a fully stocked kitchen, I don't have the same luxury as multiple size pans to get the job done. This skillet's a little larger than I really need, but we're going to make it work to make this omelet. The egg quickly begins to set, and I just push it together with all of my delicious vegetables and ham. Today I'm adding a little grated Parmesan cheese, but I also love it with feta cheese for a different flavor. While my omelet might not be Pinterest worthy, it's still delicious and a hearty breakfast to get my day going. At home, I don't cook breakfast every day. And sometimes I find it challenging to figure out how to make breakfast different when I'm serving it every day on the homestead. I found this recipe online called a crescent breakfast ring. And not only did it seem fun, it also was a little bit different. It was really easy to put together in the morning since it uses crescent rolls. Now it's okay that not everything we cook is made from scratch. It's still a good meal that we will enjoy as a family. This little crescent ring fed 4 adults and 1 child. I hope you've enjoyed this video of what it is we eat for breakfast on the homestead. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button to help our channel grow. We are almost to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. See you next time.